What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have received a brand new update, and along with that there's a bunch of different patch notes. So I'm going to cover everything that you need to know with today's brand new update. The first thing that we have received is the free access to multiplayer as well as zombies. So right now all you need to do is get on the game, download it, and you'll be able to play it. We also received a brand new playlist update, and that brought in Rushman 24/7, which is also free access. Mosh Pit in High Rise, Me, Afghan, and Terminal, that's also available in free access. And then All or Nothing, as well as you have Grease 24/7. For those of you guys who don't want to play multiplayer, Zombies is also now available for free. I believe they give you access to everything in Zombies, so you're not limited to what you're able to do and what you can't do. As long as you can get it done in these next couple days, then you should be good to go. And this is going to go all the way up until the 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But let's talk about the patch notes that we ended up receiving. So they separated them into two different blog posts, and we'll go over both of them. The first one we have is for multiplayer. It says global stability and performance addressed an issue experienced by some players that caused items previously unlocked to become unavailable to equip. For the weapons and attachments, the ARs, the Ram 7 got a Speedway V5 short barrel attachment is now available to equip in the Gunsmith. For equipment, the Breacher drone improved impact detection to prevent inflicting more explosive damage to players than intended. And for the customization, the Crimson Fate and Carbon Fate laser attachment skins will no longer appear as default skins when equipped to shotguns. Players who purchase the GG Easy Weapon Vault bundle will now be able to use customizations on the Hound Eye integrated optic attachment. Animated emblems are now properly rewarded upon reaching prestiges level 1 through 5. Note, in the coming days, will retroactively grant these items to players who met the requirement prior to today's fix. The Storm Ender's Priceless and Interstellar Reward emblem will now display the correct emblem's art. And then for multiplayer, they also did some bug fixes, and that include kills column on the scoreboard will now chalk properly in war mode. Conversion kit attachment slot for certain weapons will no longer appear locked despite requirements being met. Exiting a blueprint preview will no longer kick the player back to the multiplayer menu. When using a controller, hovering over the Santa Slayground Battle Pass sector will no longer kick the player back to the multiplayer menu. Clicking on the View Bundle button on the Battle Pass bundle in the Operators tab will no longer kick them also. So it's just a bunch of different issues that they saw and they ended up fixing. For progression, challenges that require enemy equipment to be destroyed will now progress upon the destruction of the following field upgrades. So ACS, Comm Scrambler, Deployable Cover, Med Box, Munitions Box, Portable Radar, and the rest of these. So now it's not only claymores you have to worry about, but you can also take care of these, and it'll help you with your challenge as well, which I think is a really good thing. And then weapon and attachments, the ray gun implemented measures to prevent illicit usage outside of the support mode. So people are running around using the ray gun in multiplayer, which I'll be making a video discussing on why that is and how you'll be able to get it yourself. But other than that, let's talk about the map. So Operation Spearhead War eliminated an Atom Map exploit in which players were able to access an unintended rooftop, eliminated an Atom Map exploit which players were able to get underneath the map. And then for the modes, Gunfight and Private Match Split Screen will no longer cause a dev error. Search and Destroy addressed an issue causing unintended XP rates for various match events. And for the playlist, increased TDM kill confirmed score limits. So now 12v12 will be 150, 10v10 will be 125, and small maps will be 125. Private Match with CDL rules enabled restrictions are now accurate to the competitive settings 1.0 specification. Training course has returned, allowing players to learn basic movement and combat skills. For the perks, the Ghost TV camo, players can now be stationary for 2 seconds before anti-radar effects are disabled. And now we're going on into the zombies mode. So Act 4 Dead Signal, adjustments to the escape, defeat Gormgint's step of the Dead Signal mission. Light armored zombie enemy types have been added during this step to provide a source of ammo for players. For the gameplay contracts, the ether extraction addressed an issue that would eliminate players who attempted to overload an ether extractor as the contract's time runs out. And for the zombies ether worm, addressed an issue that allowed the gray lorm to instantly die when spawned. Addressed an issue where getting eaten by the gray lorm and grabbed by a mimic at the same time could cause the player to get pushed under the map. For the UI changes, weapons addressed an issue that displayed incorrect Bruin MK9 attachment unlock descriptions in the aftermarket report, and they did some stability fixes, resolved a PC-specific crash encounter at the start of Season 1. This fix was released on Monday, December 11th, and added various crash and stability fixes. For the Warzone side of things, here we go. We got the gameplay. For Battle Royale Strongholds, a black site key will only be rewarded the first time a stronghold is completed. Subsequent captures by other squads will not reward a key. For Resurgence Redeployment, the Resurgence Redeployment mechanic will now be disabled at the end of Circle 3. And for public events have been disabled in Circles 1 and 2. The chances for a public event to occur later in Circles has been adjusted, and here are the weapon balance changes, and these are only for Warzone. For the ARs, the DG56 max damage reduced to 32, down from 40, so that was a very big nerf. The max damage for the 5.56 FR has been reduced down to 35 from 43, big nerf as well. And then for the battle rifles, the BAS-B max damage reduced to 35, down from 39, minimum damage reduced to 25, down from 27. For the handguns, the Core 45 Akimbo max damage reduced to 30, down from 45. For the Renetti, the Akimbo max damage reduced to 22, down from 33. Headshot multiplier reduced to 1.2, down from 1.4. For the marksman rifles, the DM56 reduced to 41 and the minimum reduced to 37. The KVD Enforcer headshot multiplier reduced to 1.8, down from 2.2. And the MTZ Interceptor, which was the best gun in the game at the time, is headshot multiplier reduced to 1.5, down from 2. And then the TYR Akimbo reduced to 70, down from 120. That got a huge nerf. And then for the shotguns, the Haymaker max damage reduced to 36, down from 52. And then for the SMGs, the Fennec 45 max damage reduced to 22, down from 25. Headshot multiplier reduced down to 1.25 from 1.35. And then lower torso multiplier reduced to 1, down from 1.1. One of the overpowered weapons that hasn't been touched is the WSP Swarm, as well as the Rival 9, so you can still use those in the meta. And then it says right here, audio all modes, rebalance first person and enemy footstep audio, because that was a very big issue that they saw. And then they put down a big paragraph, said, since the launch of Season 1 last week, we've been actively listening to player feedback regarding audio concerns in Warzone, especially related to footsteps. This initial update is aimed at addressing part of these concerns and enhancing the overall experience before we head into the holidays. When making changes such as this, there's a complex mix of variables we need to meticulously look at and consider. One of the primary factors to consider is the fidelity of the experience across our titles to avoid too large of a gap between Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies. Beyond that, changes to things like occlusion, fall-off distance, first-person versus third-person balance, or specific perk mechanics can have ripple effects due to the sheer number of interacting/overlapping sounds in a battle royale match. Please know that we're committed to ongoing improvements to ensure that players can fully immerse themselves in the game while maintaining a competitive edge. Your continued constructive feedback is appreciated, and we'll continue to work towards making Warzone the best it can be on every front. And then they did a couple bug fixes, fixed collision issues with various elements across your extent, allowing players to exploit, peek, and shoot through them, fixed an issue that allowed players to get stuck inside locked buildings that should otherwise be inaccessible, fixed additional issues with incorrect text appearing on challenges. And that is pretty much everything that you need to know in regards to today's brand new update, as well as the patch notes. I will have even more videos going up and talking about other upcoming events, but this is everything that you need to know with today's update. I believe you did have to download around like 1 to 2 gigabytes. It depends on the platform. For Steam, it was like only 1 gigabyte, but check that out, download that. And also, if you want the free access, you will need to download multiplayer and zombies to get that. But it's been your boy Chidzo. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.